giggity, giggity, giggity. All right.
We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
I'm a cop, and you will respect my authority.
I am the smartest man alive!
All right, everybody, how's it going? I am Bill Yarnell, gamertag Yarnasty590, and this is episode 10 of Never Press Pause. To my left, we have
Lyle Bailey, gamertag LBX.
And to my right,
Jeremy Grant, gamertag KY Guy78.
Okay, guy.
Kai guys, he likes
Kai
to be,
guy.
loves to be called.
Loves to be called, especially by all those West. I would say they're out West gamers on Xbox Live that would say, "Hey there, Kai guy," and then of course Jeremy.
Kai guy.
Of course, then Jeremy brings in the Southern accent, and then they're like, "Oh, that's right, it is Kentucky." So
You must be from the South.
oh, you married yourself? No, guys.
That is what you
That's
hear.
Getting up
exactly
and
what you
flopping
hear.
the hogs in the morning, or
Oh man, I love the kids, the teenage kids on Xbox Live. But guys, we are actually live. This is episode 10, Never Press Pause. Feel free to hit us up. We are streaming live, neverpresspause.com, and that'll go straight to Ustream. You can also hit us up with any questions, comments, concerns at any time at neverpresspause@yahoo.com, and you can always follow us on Twitter at neverpresspause.
What can they call us at?
You can call me Al. You can call me Al. You guys remember that song?
No.
Okay, great. Yes, you
he
do.
can call you Betty.
Betty.
And Betty, when you call me, you can call me out.
Great song. You just
Dun, dun,
yeah, it was from the
dun.
80s. That's why he doesn't know about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Was it wrote by Kenny Rogers?
No, Kenny Rogers was the best, though. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Guys, what you been playing? Bailey, let's start with you this time.
Been playing a lot here lately. But, you know, we were stuck on StarCraft for like 6 months.
I've even actually kind of reverted
Yeah.
away from playing that as much.
Been playing, beat Halo Reach. Been playing that a lot. Been playing PlayStation Move, which mean you played the other night.
Yep.
That
Good
was
times,
definitely
good
fun.
times.
Milk Dud came over. We had a good time playing that. A little bocce ball. That was fun.
I sucked at that. Archery, though, I was on point.
He was on point, Archie. It was real good. Troy was cheating in bocce ball.
still don't know how you made that one throw.
Frisbee golf was fun. You know,
Yeah.
it was a pretty fun time. So we've been playing that. I've been hooked on NBA 2K11, the Michael Jordan edition.
And you got yourself in a league.
I'm in a
You're
actual
showing-
league with 16 other teams. It's just us. It's got a website for the league that keeps all the stats of every player. It's just like logging on to ESPN and, you know.
It really was. It was like looking at a fantasy league.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that's
it,
exactly
like
what
you
it
can
looked like.
literally follow the game that's being played online on Xbox, follow it on the website, and keep up to date each basket that's scored. So, me and Ty Robinson are playing that. It's pretty fun. A couple guys in the league are mad, thinking he's cheating or playing the wrong way.
They're drinking their haterade. for what it
Yeah, they're
looked like.
drinking haterade.
Get
But
off that haterade, boys.
I had to set them straight,
I saw that too.
and I invited them to watch this. So if you're watching it, you know, quit hating.
He ain't a cheater.
Don't hate
He
the
ain't a
player,
cheater.
hate the game.
There it is. It's been.
And
it's it.
that's been a lot of fun. Doing the Jordan challenges, trying to do that has been tough. One of the toughest ones has been trying to hold Dominique Wilkins under 25 points.
I mean, who could do that?
It's hard to do. He's the human highlight film. So
I mean, did he play for the Hawks?
Yes, it
yeah,
did.
and Spud Webb is the point guard in the game, which has all the names, all the old players' likenesses, which is fun. And if people are complaining about how LeBron never had any good teammates, look at Jordan's old teams. They're horrible. He had Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
Everybody else was horrible.
They had a really big, tall white guy. I remember when they won in the '90s.
Yeah. Are you trying to say he was good because he wasn't?
No.
What was his
He was
name?
really tall. Who
Bill
was-
Winnington.
Bill Winnington.
Bill Winnington, the bearded white Australian.
I remember
Yes,
I had a
Luke
t-shirt.
Longley was another.
Luke Longley was the
Yeah.
Australian.
Do you guys remember the T-shirt with all of them with big heads? And it was like their whole
Oh,
shot.
yeah.
I was in 6th grade, and this little I think we were doing like a mentoring thing, and this little 1st grade girl, she got me that and a troll doll, and it was the whole Bulls team after like their 2nd national championship, and it had their big heads, and I was like, I've never watched a Bulls basketball game, but I took it, and then I got a troll doll, and I still just with the hair. Remember troll dolls?
Yeah, we
Okay.
Treasure Troll. Was it Treasure
Just troll
Troll?
dolls.
Oh, okay. I remember I always hated following the crowd, so everybody was like, "Oh, Jordan's my favorite player," so I always wanted to say Scottie Pippen was my favorite player.
So you did like the
So-
Bulls. So you
yeah, I
jumped
liked
on the
it.
bandwagon.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's
And
all
my
that
brother
matters.
had a shirt that said "Duh Bulls,"
Uh-huh.
but when somebody gave it to him, he goes, "What's DA Bulls mean?" He did not understand it meant duh.
Duh
He'd
Bulls.
never seen the Saturday Night Live.
Good
comic,
episode
I
though.
guess.
So let's get NBA or what is it? In
2K11.
2K11. Good game. Looks like you guys are having a lot of fun doing that. You and Ty. Let's talk about the move for a minute since we both got to play that.
Yeah.
All right. So it takes the Wii and it multiplies it by about 100.
Yeah, instead of like if you've played, which I think
I'm sure
everybody's played
everybody
Wii
at this point
Sports.
has played Wii Sports.
You know, you can play Wii Tennis or anything, and it's on the internet they call it waggle. That's all you do is waggle it. Do this, and you can pretty much do every game on the Wii. With this, like you were playing ping pong, it knew when you took a step back, you were putting all kinds of different spin on it.
I mean, I got actually winded playing one rally. I was having fun.
When you find out you can smash it by like swinging as hard as you can and like putting a little top spin
You're
on
talking
it.
about like you would literally hit a ping pong
and-
ball. I was playing like
and
I
he
had
was
a
playing.
paddle.
He looked like Forrest Gump, just sitting there, just doing it back and forth. And
I did look
he
at
got
Forrest
out
Gump,
of
dude. It was awesome.
out of breath. It was
I
pretty.
did. I wore myself down for a couple of
Yeah.
rallies. So
Then we played. The thing about it is sometimes the Wii has a little lag in it. Like when you swing, it takes a second. With this, like with a bocce ball, you can see exactly which way you're throwing. You were throwing it the wrong way every time.
I did not like bocce ball. I'm not gonna lie. I did, however. Man, I love some archery. I could
Yeah, the
really
archery
get into
was
the
fun.
archery.
I would like to play it with the 2 controllers.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But,
You're right.
You know what? It would have targets pop up, and sometimes it was popping up like bags of money and pumpkins. And when it would pop up, like it would come up in the air just for a second and then land back on the pedestal. Bill was shooting it out of the air for that
Oh.
literally half second. It was in the air. He
I
would
dropped
just
that money back, dude. I felt like I walked off a hero. I walked off a hero. on
And
that
then
one.
later on, it started shooting apples up and really small. You could
It was-
little pumpkins.
Yeah, it was fun. I did enjoy it.
My shoulder started to hurt.
It's
from
not
doing
only-
this. 'Cause
not
you have to
only
draw
that,
the
yeah.
arrow out of your.
But the graphics are a gazillion times
Oh, yeah.
better on the PlayStation 3. So the move overall, if you're looking at buying the Wii or the PlayStation 3 move, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you right now, do the PlayStation 3 move. Entertainment value, it's going to be about the same, but you're going to get so much more out of your PlayStation 3 period anyways. So, I mean, really, not that Wii's been doing so well in the market with games,
Not lately.
not selling
It
at
was
all
the number
anyways.
3 console. So
This is gonna really, I feel, set it back, if not drop Nintendo way into the back again. I mean, I don't think will Nintendo recover from this? Is my question. I mean, I know they've been around forever, but I mean,
their next big thing coming out, which they're loaded. I mean, they're rich. They're coming out with they've got the DS, right?
Right.
Now they're coming out with a 3DS, which is a DS in 3D. Now
3D.
it is apparently the best thing ever from people that's played it, and I'm sure everybody will buy. All the kids will buy one, so they're not going to be hurting for money. But as far as the Wii being a gaming, somebody that's the only console they buy, it's not going to happen. I don't know too many people that just have a Wii and that's their.
Yeah,
If you're a gamer, you either have.
and
a
it's
PlayStation.
almost one that like sits not even in the family room anymore, but it sits off in the kids' TV room. And they're like, okay, you're bothering me. I want to watch real TV. Go play on the Wii. You know, it's one of those consoles. It's
But it
gotten to
is
that point.
cheaper.
Yes, very much.
And
cheaper.
the games for it, most new games for Xbox, PlayStation 3 are $59. Wii games are mostly $49 or cheaper.
So, all right. Well, that's what you've been playing. G baby, talk to me, baby. What you been playing?
Played Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
And kind of didn't have a lot of high expectations for it.
It was a hyped game, though.
Yeah,
Call of
very.
Duty killer, EA was hoping.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I played through the single player.
The whole campaign?
Yeah, I'm through the whole campaign. Very, very interesting. You can tell they were trying to hit the best parts of Call of Duty. And there's really not a lot of run around shoot missions. A lot of it is you're in a helicopter, so you're the gunner, and one of them is a straight out sniping mission. And one of them you're calling in air support and you're marking targets and stuff like that. So there was a lot of variety. There's not really a story to the game. You know, you start off, it's very, very similar to Call of Duty and how it's set up, where you're playing as the 3 or 4 different characters, and kind of all of them overlap, but there's really not a story. It's kind of just one event that kind of takes place, and essentially what happens is you're part of the Rangers and Special Forces and stuff like that, and 2 of your guys get left behind. At some point, they get separated, and so you go back in to find them. And then at the end, you know, the end. I'm not going to spoil the ending because it is one of those. They're trying to be like Call of Duty, and they're going to have an ending that's going to kind of throw you off, but then also you don't get to play the ending. Like you get to a point.
And it just takes over.
Yeah, and I was like, really? That's the game? Because the achievement popped up, like, you've beaten the game. And I was like,
What if it was
really?
you beating the game achievement?
That's it. Like, and then you watch the next 10 minutes in cutscenes.
Let me ask you this. Like, most people have played the new Call of Duty. The story mode was just action sequence, big time, like, big budget movie action sequences. And I know Medal of Honor's big thing was, hey, this is going to be like a day in the life of a soldier in Afghanistan. Not all the big time jumping off cliffs and explosions and stuff. Did they try to did it seem something that could be realistic, or was it like Call of Duty where
it seemed like it could be more realistic. To me, it wasn't, oh, here's this awesome stuff that's going to happen and there's these big explosions every few minutes. That wasn't happening. And to me, it made the gameplay at times you're just kind of like, okay, I'm just kind of walking around, and then other times, you know, you're like, wow, you know, so when some of the stuff was just kind of boring, and I'm sure that was very day to day, and it was much more Call of Duty. You could run in and you know, spray and pray, and you would do okay. You can't really do that on the single player, and. You know, I was surprised. I was impressed with the single player. The multiplayer is like Bad Company 2 mixed with Call of Duty, but it's kind of the things I didn't like about the Bad Company 2 multiplayer, or what I don't like about the Medal of Honor multiplayer. You have your classes, you have your loadout from the start, and it's the same thing. You rank up and you unlock attachments and stuff like that.
Well, the multiplayer was made by the Battlefield guys.
Yeah,
so,
and again,
which kind of turned me off too. I didn't really.
Yes, the shooting is all kinds of jacked.
No, I heard there's some kind of people were complaining about some kind of delay, like when you die or something. There's like a pause or something.
Yeah,
that everybody hated.
So here's what'll happen: is you go and you'll see a guy and you shoot at him and he shoots at you. And it's kind of like Halo in that sense of if he shoots me more, he's got the better gun, he's going to win, no matter where I put the shot. And so you die, and then it's like you go down and there's this cutscene, like the I'm dying, falling to the ground, and then there's like this delay before you ever get an option to respawn or anything.
Oh, okay. I know. I heard a lot of people complaining about it. So
I mean, it's worth checking it if you like the Battlefield multiplayer, which again I was not a big fan of it. You would like Medal of Honor's multiplayer because it is set up that way, but it is Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what they're trying to do with it, but just not nearly as well as Call of Duty. Like it made me want to play Call of Duty, and I did throw in Modern Warfare 2.
Did you own at it?
No, but I did okay. I mean, I held my own. I kind of went either even or just 1 or 2 negative or 1 or 2 positive.
Gotcha.
But you play Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer and then go back and play Medal of Honor, and you're just like, yeah, this isn't in the same league.
And it's hard to beat Treyarch and what's the other one that does
Infinity Ward if
Infinity
they're not.
Ward.
Which
You know, it's hard to beat those two when it comes to multiplayer at this point. I mean, they just nailed it. Nailed it to the wall. So.
Now that the Infinity Ward guys are at EA, and what they're Rebellion's at the Rebellion Studios or something now.
Something like
You
that.
think we get Tiger Woods shooting people on the golf
Well, no, I
courses?
think ideally what you'll see probably is they'll either come up with their own IP, they'll come up with their own game, or they will take over the next Medal of Honor. And
I would guess they'll come up with their own game.
I mean,
My guess is it's going to be different than I'm guessing a futuristic shooter.
yeah, it's kind of like Bungie has said, we're done with Halo. We're not going to make any more games like that. Well, you're Bungie. Why would you not make more first-person shooters?
Yeah, you are Halo.
You know, I think that I can do more than that is great, but do what you
Stick
know.
with what works is what we're trying to tell you. All
Do
right.
what you're good at.
Sounds
Do your
good.
job.
So I threw in and finally broke down and brought Halo Reach. We played a couple times, and I do miss that multiplayer. Getting back into it, some headshots and SWAT, running around. We
Firefight.
Firefight was pretty fun. Changing weapons each time we go up to a different level. Had a lot of fun with Halo Reach. Definitely worth. I would say it's definitely worth buying after the price goes down here in a little bit. Black Ops coming out around the corner, and I think Black Ops is almost. I know it's a Call of Duty name, but I think it's going to be a sleeper. I think it's going to knock itself out of the park. I think they expect it to do well, but I think it's going to do a lot better than they expect at this point. I think people are really starting to get on the Call of Duty train.
When you've got a 5-year-old game that's still in the top 5, you're doing all right.
Yeah, I think it's going to do really well, and I don't think as many people are going to pre-order Black Ops or have Black Ops that first 2 weeks maybe. But Black Ops will end up being one of the better.
I will say if you want to go with Amazon right now, they have it for $54.99 with either a $10 or $20 gamer credit.
Ooh, what up? I'm getting ready to get on that right now and order. No, I am going to get that game. I don't know if I'll order it right away. I may just run over to Walmart like you do or something. But Halo Reach, been playing that. I enjoy it. Got a couple missions done.
Missions are really fun.
Yeah, and it's not different, but it's nice going back to Halo, I guess. It started me off in the multiplayer, Xbox 360 and everything, so it's kind of nice going back to the roots on that. So that's what I've been playing. Fans, don't forget we are streaming live on Ustream right now. Sorry to jump around, but we're streaming live on Ustream. Hit us up on our Facebook accounts and ask us any questions, comments, concerns you have. Hit us up on our Facebook, if you want some shout-outs or anything like that. Just let us know, and we'll probably be getting to that after our break, which will be coming up shortly. Anybody been watching anything good? Anybody watching anything good lately, or anything else?
I know people make fun of me, but I watched the Beauty and the Beast Blu-ray this weekend.
You and Miss Abby.
Beauty and the Beast.
I will say it looks phenomenal on Blu-ray, but I will also say it looked a little creepy at times on Blu-ray because of how they... Basically, it looks like they took out, okay, we're going to take Belle out, high-def her, we'll stick her back in. Now we're going to take out this little townsperson, high-def them, stick them back in. And so sometimes when they go to, the wide shots, it looks kind of funky.
Superimposed almost?
Yeah,
like a pop-up book?
Yeah, it looks like they were just kind of like, well, we can't really go in and high-def all that, so we're just going to kind of make it sort of look high-def. But looked great, sounded great.
I think Disney just rolled over in his cryogenic in his cryogenic
and
grave.
One of the things they did is they showed here's what it looked like you could watch it basically split screen with here's the theatrical non-high def version, here's the Blu-ray, and it's amazing how much more you can see, how much the colors pop, and especially in a cartoon like that, you really really notice it.
Well, I can remember watching that when I was younger, and my dad just being like, it looks real. At one point, when they're over the ballroom and they're dancing, and it shoots down.
That was their money time.
Yeah,
now,
that was
right there.
money time.
Well, they were like,
yeah, I got you.
There also is a documentary on there that is really, good about the making of Beauty and the Beast, where they talk about things like that, where this was really the first one to use kind of computer animation and the hand drawn, so they could do, that shot where it goes up into the ceiling and everything. And just to hear them talk about the technical aspect and how they put it together like you would a Broadway musical, it was just very interesting. And Disney does those packages really well.
They're Disney.
Yeah, so check it out. Get that Blu-ray, especially if you're a fan of the movie. If you got kids, it's one of those diamond editions. So 2 or 3 months it'll be gone. And they did have a preview. The next two.
So they say.
The next 2 diamond editions are going to be Bambi and Lion King.
Lion King, I'm in. All right, well, guys, that should take us to our first commercial break. When we get back, When we get back, we'll be talking about what me and LBX have been watching. And guys, don't forget, this is episode 10 of Never Press Pause, and we'll be right back after our break. All right, guys, we are back from our first break. This is episode 10 of Never Press Pause. I am Billy Arnell. All right, LBX.
What you talking about? What you're watching?
You know what? I'll talk about what I've been watching because I just got back this week, actually Monday. Me and Fat Matt 1 got to go watch Jackass 3D at the theater. So, I've seen them all. I used to watch the show. I don't think I've missed an episode of Jackass. Hilarious. Yeah. Hilarious. It's in 3D. We talked about that tonight during dinner. You could probably do away with the 3D. Not a real big
game changer. Not
a game changer at all. A jet ski comes at you. There's some other objects that fly at you that you don't need to see in 3D ever. And other than that, great movie. Hilarious. Very good. You can tell they're getting old. You can tell they are just a
I read a
little
review
bit...
of the movie, and they said you can tell these guys aren't wanting to put themselves through as much pain as they used to.
You've not heard them complain like they do in this one.
Bam and one of the other guys were on Howard Stern yesterday, and he was like, yeah, we can't do that stuff. He was like, used to be I could do a stunt, wake up the next day, be ready. He was like, now some of that stuff, like the part where he gets smacked.
Oh yeah.
He was like, yeah, for 2 days.
That's the fun. The prank in the commercial that I got to know about is the one was like a bungee cord hooked to
the porta potty.
Porta potty, yeah.
Yeah.
Steve-O
without ruining it. Steve-O, he is claustrophobic, afraid of bungee jumping. This is the guy that would eat and drink anything, and he's afraid to bungee jump and skydive and stuff like that. Like that stuff petrifies him, and so they put him into a porta potty and then shoot him, bungee jump him up him, and it was quite disturbing at times. But at the same time, you're like, man, that could actually be fun if it was not in a porta potty filled with crap,
feces.
So, yes, it was so disgusting at points. But like I said, they also did a lot of cool stunts. Again, they always had those stunts that you're like, oh man, I really want to see him pull it off, and then they'd finally show it. The best thing, and we talked about this again, was the slow motion. Just like in the World Cup, you remember how they slowed everything down after every play?
HD,
Yeah, and that's what really made this movie, because when they do the Rocky is what they would call it, and they would come with a cup of water with their left hand, so they'd throw it around, and then they would punch him in the right, so it looked like it was sweat and everything else, and they called it the Rocky. And I would pee myself when they would show their face. And I'm going to
punch him hard.
Oh, dude, I'm talking like face just planted in. I'm going to talk about one more part, just because I think it happened more than one time. Because I know somebody else I talked to that's seen it. They do the jet scene where the guy is sitting in the chair and they're doing the old Magnavox commercial where the air just is blowing back. So they show that, and you're like, okay, that's really cool that they're doing that. And then he comes and he's like, you can't breathe, and then yada yada yada. They cut back to the jet, and they have like one of the guys that would be driving the jet or one of the people on the ground, and he takes a tomato or a baseball and he throws it up in the exhaust, and it was a football, and it shoots out across this field and takes off and lifts up. And as a collective group of about 20 or 30 people in the theater on a Monday afternoon, you heard everybody go, oh, like everybody was ready. So, and I'd heard that it happened at like the midnight showing and other showings, that the whole crowd was like, we know what's about to happen. Sure enough, next scene, football guy, and then they just go from there. And it's hilarious watching the stuff they put into that and the things they do with that exhaust. So, like I said, Jackass 3D,
Matt says
I'm not all about it.
Matt says save the money, see it in 2D.
Okay, Matt says save the money and see it in 2D. Definitely.
What about the part I found this funny? It's probably the smallest part in the movie, but when he puts the train horn on his little go-kart. I've always wanted to do that, put it on a car and like go through Kroger's, like the front of Kroger, and when people cross the front, you just lay down on that horn.
That's because you used to work there.
That's because yeah.
So that's what I've been watching is Jackass 3D. Like I said, it's a great movie. Yeah, definitely worth seeing. The intro and the out and the ending.
The ins and the outs.
The ins and the outs of Jackass 3D were absolutely hilarious again. So that's what I've been watching. LBX, what you got? What you been watching, bud?
Last night, usually Glee comes on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
We watched that. It was a rerun. It was one from like 2 years ago. So me and Amanda was checking out what was on HBO, and what was the name of it? I don't forget the name of it.
Which one?
Couples Retreat. Was
oh,
on.
yeah.
It's got Vince Vaughn in it. A lot of pretty high name
John
actors.
Favreau, Jason Bateman,
who's
Kristen
one
Bell,
of my favorites.
Kristen Davis.
But it's about, if it's a Vince Vaughn, it's a comedy, of course, unless it's one of his old weird movies. But it's Jason Bateman and his wife are having trouble in their marriage and wanting to go to this counseling place that just happens to be a exotic island, and they're supposed to fix their marriage problems, and they want their friends to come with them who are all married. And of course, it turns out that, most of the people, or all the couples are having marriage problems, and it's just really funny. Vince Vaughn's, does his same kind of fast-talking comedy that he always does.
It's good stuff. He's
yeah.
good people.
A couple little twists in it. What's the black guy, the big black guy's name? Do you know him?
Donald Faison.
Oh.
No, that's the Scrubs guy.
The big fat one.
It's something Faison Love or something.
He's
like that.
funny that he brings a girlfriend who's not his wife that he's been seeing for 2 weeks that he picked up at a club. She's really funny, but it really cracked us up. I've heard some people say it wasn't very good, but I thought it was real fun.
It was a good rental.
Yeah.
Definitely worth renting.
Good on a Glee rerun night.
There you go.
But
is that how we're basing our movie watching? Glee rerun night or not?
And we've talked about Boardwalk Empire a lot. It is slowly getting more story driven. The latest one was really good.
You can tell that they're putting some things in motion.
Yeah.
You can kind of see where some things
The
are
way
going.
last week's ended was pretty confusing. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Pretty confusing. I don't know how many people watch that, but I'm sure they'll have a mid-season catch-up where they'll play all the episodes. If you can have a chance, it would probably be a lot better watching it really close.
And it's like those first couple of episodes. There's so much
set up,
exposition, so much backstory, and once they really with this episode, you see kind of why that stuff they set up was so important.
Yeah.
I gotta start using my DVR more. Speaking of DVRs, Matt got that what is it called?
Slingbox,
and is absolutely driven by it. He'll buy any gadget and gizmo he can get his hands on, but he is loving that and keeps insisting that I buy the $30 app to go with my phone for it. But he's been using Slingbox like crazy, so maybe the DVR will be a little less full and I can actually start recording things I want to watch since it's my TV.
Heard that, Matt?
Yeah,
you
Matt,
heard
you hear that? Huh,
on the
homie?
interweb?
Since you won't even get on Facebook and talk to your own brother, jerk. But all right, well, that's what we've been watching. You guys got any questions out there, comments, concerns? Please hit us up on our Facebook or on the side of the Ustream, and we'll go into some questions. Anybody got any questions out there?
No,
Bailey? No?
People
No
hate
questions?
us.
Maybe they'll hit us. Here's what's going to happen. Our last 10 minutes of our show, everybody's going to start adding questions in, and then we're going to be in trouble. So, all right, without any questions, let's get into let's talk about BlizzCon for a minute.
Really?
Just for a sec.
Nobody cares.
Nobody likes BlizzCon.
Literally nobody.
Tenacious
cares.
D is going to be at BlizzCon.
Nobody even knows what you're talking about.
All right, I'm excited about BlizzCon, and I'm coming over to watch it.
Basically, if you play WoW or StarCraft 2, you know what that is,
It's
and
entertainment.
you'll care about it.
Let's talk about what's coming up this weekend.
Ooh,
UFC.
All right.
My
We can talk about
favorite,
UFC.
Brock Lesnar.
Why do you like Brock Lesnar so much?
Here's the deal. Everybody thinks he's like a big favorite.
I hope he gets I hope a car drives through the octagon while he's fighting.
Why?
Most of the time. I can't stand him.
Like
He looks like that big bully that everybody hated in high school.
I know now he's not so much, but when he started fighting, everybody hated him, and usually everybody likes the underdog, and he is an underdog. Like he had never fought before in his life. He had done stupid wrestling, and he had done college wrestling
and steroids.
Prove it. And he can't now because they test him
I'm
every
kidding.
fight.
I'm kidding about the steroid. I mean,
But oh yeah, he's my favorite fighter. He's fun to watch. He's just I love the heavyweight division. For the bigger the guys, I really like watching them throw down. And he's fighting a bad dude. A bad dude. Cain Velasquez.
Cain Velasquez is the first guy he's going up against that I'm just like he could.
He punches as hard as the guy punches at last.
Yeah, if he does what Carwin did to him, which is catch him with a shot and get him down, Brock's not hanging on for that.
Brock barely won the last time, didn't he? Because of that?
Yeah, he barely won.
Yeah, but he held on and then he choked Carwin out with his own arm, nonetheless.
But the guys that train with Cain Velasquez say he's an axe murderer mentality. Like he's just crazy. The way they're promoting the fight, they're saying he could be the first Mexican-born champion in the UFC, which I don't know why they're making that such a great big deal. I mean, a champion's a champion, no matter where they're from.
I think the thing is a lot of people don't know him.
Yeah,
so
maybe
they've got
to get some more support.
Yeah, because
maybe.
everybody knows Brock. And
yeah,
it's true.
Your brother loves Brock Lesnar, right? That's one of his favorite fighters.
Does he? Yeah, Matt is a huge. He didn't know he could talk to you with this.
Oh, okay.
Brock is the favorite in the fight. I mean, we're not advocating betting or anything, but he's not as big of a favorite as I thought he would be.
I think a lot of people are thinking this is when he gets beat. He's grown a beard, I've noticed.
Yeah, I did see that.
Another big fight that night is Jake Shields versus, who is it there?
Campman.
Yeah, they've been building up that fight like a really big one.
For those that
just got done beaten.
Well, for those that watch a lot of fighting, he was the Strikeforce champion.
Came over to UFC.
Well, he beat Dan Henderson, who Strikeforce brought over just to beat him so Dan Henderson could be the champion. He beat Dan Henderson. He's beat down pretty much everybody he's fought. And I'd say if he wins this fight, they might give him one more tune-up fight, and then he'll be fighting for the champion. Is that middleweight or light heavyweight?
I want to say he's middleweight, but I
think it's
positive.
Middleweight. Because they're saying him and probably George St. Pierre would be like a dream match.
Well, they were saying that they thought if he wins this fight, the winner of Koscheck, GSP goes.
And Shields, if you watch him fight, he wears you down. He's not fun to watch.
Somebody tell me, do we know a date on the GSP fight?
It's December.
Okay. It's right after this season of
I cannot wait for that. That I'm looking forward to that fight more than anything else on earth right now.
Do you like Josh Koscheck?
I hate. Like my hatred towards Brock Lesnar. I wish a bus would come through the ring for Koscheck and just destroy his whole being on Earth. Oh, Matt wants a B-Day shout out. Matt, we'll get there, dude. Will you calm down and stop bothering me when we're talking? Amanda, my cousin, she actually hates Brock Lesnar, along with Matt, and I tried to tell him we were just messing with him, but he wasn't listening.
Why? If people are listening, send us some messages why you hate Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, just tell us why you hate him if you hate him so much.
Is there any other good fights on
Diego Sanchez and Paulo Thiago.
That'll be pretty.
And
Diego. He's the one I can't stand.
But the thing with Diego is it's not gonna be a take you to the ground.
No,
it's gonna be some swinging.
That's one of my favorites.
That's about an even money fight right now on the odds. And the other one, they're listing it as the first card or the first on the main card. Matt Hamill and Tito Ortiz.
That's not a bad opening fight.
And Ortiz is the underdog.
Yeah.
It kind of surprised me how much of an underdog he is.
Well, Matt Hamill's a good wrestler, good fighter. I've seen him be in some wars where he just gets his head beat in and sticks it out. But Tito's done, I would think.
Oh yeah.
It kind of surprised me when I heard that he was actually going to be fighting.
He pulled out of the Chuck Liddell fight because of back vertebrae or something.
So I think this is didn't this when he was like beating Jenna Jameson, they arrested him, and that was after all that happened. So maybe this is his like, I'm coming back, and I was in fight mode, and that's why I had to beat up.
I had some practice on my wife.
Yeah.
Get in there and get beat by Hamill.
All right, well, we've got some. This I don't know. Amanda writes, he is a meathead, and there are much better fighters. She likes GSP or Silva. So, all right. Well, at least she's got an answer. At least she watches and knows what she's talking about.
I will say
he's a meathead, no question.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But if there's better fighters, they need to beat him.
I will say
she's going out of his
while
way.
this GSP love is going around, his fights are not exciting.
His last couple have not been.
Yeah, it's
and he's always
Rock.
GSP.
No, GSP. I'm going to take
better.
you down. I think
he's so good at what he does. He can win it. He knows he can win them easy, so he
Without
doesn't
getting punched in the face. Yeah. So I mean,
although I have a
if you
feeling
do
with
that.
Koscheck, he may.
Koscheck will punch him.
Yeah, he.
If you've been watching The Ultimate Fighter this season,
Well, and that's the
they don't
thing.
like each
As
other.
bad as I hate to give the guy credit, Koscheck will give him a fight. I mean,
Speaking
at least starting off.
Of giving credit, how does Dana White do it? How does he pair up two people that are going to hate each other more than anybody else on earth at the time?
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing for sure.
Yeah.
So, but all right. So we are definitely getting the UFC fight this weekend. Maybe we'll get on our Facebooks and talk to our fans from Never Press Pause. But no, we will definitely be watching that fight this weekend. I'm pretty excited about it. Getting the guys together like always, and we always have a good time when we're together anyway. So there we go with that. UFC 187,
121.
121, and they're still dressed up like gladiators for every intro.
Yeah, and then they had 120 last weekend free on Spike, which none of it was real impressive except Dan Hardy got pumped.
Yeah, he got knocked out.
Oh, dude.
I thought the last Bisping fight, they traded some hits.
Yeah, Akami came out swinging, and then it was kind of like once Bisping got him really good once, he was done.
I will say this. I thought the fights Saturday for free on Spike had more punches per fight.
Punches per minute,
PPM.
PPM.
PPM. Than most of the fights that we pay for on pay-per-view.
True.
Which bothers the bejeebus.
Now,
I truly believe Dana White says, hey, on these free ones we have way more people to watch the free ones, and make them exciting so when we do pay-per-views, they want to see more of this. And I almost think he would say gives bigger bonuses for fight of the night, knockout of the night, stuff like that.
So Matt just wrote that Dana White said he better have a good fight or it is over.
Who, Brock?
Brock Lesnar?
Don't believe that. He wouldn't say
No,
that.
I don't.
Tito, probably.
Oh, no,
Tito Ortiz.
definitely.
I'll tell you, I don't know how many people out there have verses, but the WEC, which is basically the lightweight and the welterweight and stuff like that, featherweight on the UFC stuff. If you have verses once a month, they run those, and those are some fights. Like there is not a lot of ground and pound in those. It is a lot of swinging,
Stand up
a lot
boxing,
of kicking,
some dirty boxing.
Yeah, I mean there was a fight the other day. It was just 3 rounds of them beating the ever living crap out of one another, and both guys were just having the time of their lives doing. Like they would come up, this guy caught him with an uppercut, snapped his head back. The guy so they kind of get out of it, and the guy puts his glove up yeah, good shot, and they go right back to swinging.
They're animal. I tell you what, I did watch Facing Ali, and I'll talk about that in our next podcast to record. But holy cow, man, those boxers, they're idiots. I think.
Yeah, they've been punched in the face a few times.
In the head, yeah.
You lose some brain cells doing that.
But all right, so we got the UFC coming up. Pretty excited about that. I hope Mark's watching. I hope he comes over and watches the fights with us. But haven't heard from him in a while, so hopefully he's around and out and about. Real quick, let's hit on this FIFA 11 craze that is just swept
the world.
Swept the Xbox and PlayStation consoles. Sells 2.6 million, fastest selling sports game of all time. FIFA 11. Now we know soccer is the most popular sport in the world. Okay, but I'm also pretty sure that those kids that are playing soccer in third world countries don't have the money for Xbox and internet. So this game hits. I like to play with my feet.
I can't plug this into dirt.
Oh God,
we are going.
I don't have an Xbox. I have a cardboard box.
It's like spice. I paint it on. I paint it on with mud. It crumbles off every day. Okay, we've just used really bad impressions, really bad voices. So.
We apologize.
But
all you listeners in other countries.
you don't have the internet. So, but yeah, so FIFA 11. I'm really excited about that. I
We
think
talk
it's
about
pretty
it
cool.
here. So we got a
We're
break
getting ready,
coming up.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go into our second break.
I
Guys,
got a couple people want to talk about Black Ops too coming
good
up.
deal. So after the break, we'll be getting into Black Ops and some new releases. And guys, don't forget, this is episode 10 of Never Press Pause, and we'll be right back after this break. All right, guys, we're back for our third installment of episode 10 of Never Press Pause. We've got some action on our Facebook and some questions we are probably going to hit up to start off. Anybody got any major questions they want to get to first, or do you want me to go ahead and take over and we'll start from there?
And then just go, because I have nothing.
Question is from the birthday girl, Miss Liz. Are you for sure getting the fight Saturday? Well, yes, Liz, we are for sure
Yes.
getting the fight Saturday, and we would like chicken salad sandwiches and drinks, please.
No, I would like some of that
salad.
pork. That is
Pulled
in our
pork from
freezers.
Sonny's.
Oh no,
No, we have
the
pork in
hog
our
that we had.
freezers.
Now
From Sonny's.
I
No.
gave you some of the hog.
We threw it out already.
I'm sure you.
No,
did.
I'm just kidding.
So
He just
that
kidding.
would be the first question, and yes, we are getting the fight Saturday. Did we already have plans? I can't remember, and I'm sorry if we did.
I mean, it's not till 11 o'clock,
Yeah,
10
it's not till
o'clock. I
late.
mean, it's okay.
So, Matt wants to know about. I'm not even gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Dustin,
All right.
go ahead.
We got Sydney Collins wanting to talk a little about Black Ops coming out, and that is about 3 weeks away.
November 11th.
What is it? 10, 9?
No, it's November
It's
9th.
9, 11, 10, isn't it?
It's within 9 to 10.
Or 11, 9, 10. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the 9th, yeah. So it's not made by Infinity Ward, like we said already. It's made by Treyarch. Personally, I think we all had a lot more fun with World at War than we did with Modern Warfare 2. Am I right?
I definitely enjoyed War. Yes.
World at War. Supposedly they're doing a new Zombies. Don't know if that's true or not. I think it is. Somebody released a video of some new Zombies. Hopefully it's not a rehash of the same. They've added some new stuff to it. Because like the downloads from the last game, they got better every time, the Zombies. Supposedly there's a new multiplayer mode called, it's something gun. Have you heard it?
Oh, where you have the one bullet?
Well, there's one where the gun changes every time you spawn.
Yes, and that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know if
It's not every time you spawn. It's every time you make a kill, you get a better gun. It increases the gun.
does everybody get a better gun, or just you when you get that kill, you get a better gun?
Yeah, when you get the kill, you get the better gun. So you'd start off with like maybe a 9, and you'd work your way up to like
They
a
should
mini
make you start
Uzi.
with a tack knife.
Well, you have a tack knife with
I'm pulling it up right now.
or maybe a throwing knife, but it's pretty standard, and then you just work your way through the guns by getting more kills, and it looks really good.
So, and then the one Jeremy was talking about there's one bullet in the gun. So, if you miss, you gotta, I guess,
You gotta
use a
tack
knife
knife
or
it
something like
to
that
get
to
another
do it. Which
bullet.
that sounds really fun. A little more intense, up close combat.
You know what else is intense?
Camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
I'll tell you what else I like is what I think could be pretty fun is the what is it, the wager mode.
Yeah.
You have to earn. You have to get to a certain amount of
They're
gamer points before you can even get in there.
Now, is that starting to be more customization, kind of like Halo, where you're getting credits and buying new gear,
I believe that's what it is. It's
and
credits.
you can bet those credits?
Yeah. It's not like XP. I'm looking at one in the chamber.
Is that weapons or the way you look? I've heard there's face paint.
I
and
think
everything.
it's all that stuff together. So I'm looking at the modes. One in the chamber. That's what we were talking about, where you get the one bullet. It's just called Gun Game. Is the one that you're talking about, where you get a better weapon with each kill.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is Sticks and Stones. Players get a crossbow, a knife, and a tomahawk.
Yeah. I watched all these videos.
Kill an
I'm like,
opposing player with the crossbow or the knife, gain points towards your score. Kill a player with the tomahawk, and you bankrupt them, taking them down to 0. So you build up.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, they're switching it up.
I like how they're coming up with some new modes. They're coming,
That's why I think this game is going to be the sleeper, and it's actually going to take off. Is because of these game modes that they've added that nobody's. maybe people thought about it, but maybe they couldn't figure out how to do it. Or maybe they didn't want to do it because they didn't work. This, I have a feeling, is going to kill the market. It's going to rock it out.
Well, and then they also put out a list of the maps, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 maps listed. Now, I don't know if all 14 of those are ready to go right off the bat.
Please don't tell me we have to buy expansions.
But, I mean, you got to
every
think
5
at
weeks.
least, 8 or 10 of those are ready to go. And they have snow, they have streets of Vietnam, they have a military facility, a prison camp.
I watched Game Trailers TV this week, and they did a big show on it. And they said literally the game takes place in almost every part of the world, so it's going to be a lot of.
Yeah.
When do you have to? When's the last day to pre-order this
Why
game?
do you worry about
If
pre-order?
you can you can probably pre-order it up until like the
Get
day
it
before.
delivery day Amazon.
That's what I'm going to do,
I mean, they're going to do. I think I have a $50 GameStop
but I need to know
card.
how. What's the last day to do it?
Oh, just
Probably
go ahead
like
and
2
do,
days
why wouldn't you
before.
go ahead and do it now? If you're going to pre-order it, why wait?
It doesn't charge
That's like
you
I
until
see.
it
Like I
ships.
waited because I knew by getting New Vegas I was going to get a $10 credit. So as soon as I got an email that said that credit is on my account, I'll pre-order Black Ops.
Couple things about Black Ops is I read there's going to be game modes where the only kill streaks are the 3, 5, 7.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having, the 18 kill streak.
3, 5, 7, and maybe 11. I think they said they might go up to.
So that would be like scan or whatever that's called. What is that called? Radar.
UAV.
UAV, yeah.
There it is.
The next one would be like a bomb drop. And the third one might be like a chopper gunner type thing or something like that. So.
Anything's better than dogs.
No, I love the dogs.
I love the
At least
dogs.
with dogs you had a chance.
Jax?
Yeah,
You can
with,
shoot the dogs.
with the
In
new.
Canada?
Also, have you all seen the trailer where you have it almost looks like a blowgun, or you do this and it shoots a bullet out?
Yeah,
What is that?
I don't know.
I remember I used to have
Can't-
one when
can't
I was
wait
in
to play it.
Cambodia.
Hunting.
Hunting wild boars.
Hunting-
where they have those
You were
Xboxes
hunting the
that
most
play against
deadliest. You were
turds.
hunting the most deadly game, which is people.
So very good question. Okay, well, thank you, Sydney. Matt's got a question. Out of all the Geico commercials that are out right now, name your favorite Geico commercial.
Can I go first?
Go ahead, Grant.
Woodchucks.
I like the woodchucks.
That is, I think that's a more newer one, and that's one of everybody's favorites now. Hey, you woodchuck, stop checking my wood.
My favorite is the pig that cries "wee" all the way home.
Can you guys please steal both?
Gosh, that one's funny.
The best is
Especially when she drops him off, you're like, "Thanks, Mrs. A," or
yeah,
whatever like
yeah.
that.
Oh my gosh, when and just the look on that little boy's face as he's just. And that pig's got 2 pinwheels. I don't even know where you find a pinwheel, let alone 2 pinwheels.
He's
nowadays.
loving that ride
and just
home.
having a blast. So, yeah, there you go, Matt. That's there too. I would have to go with both of those as 2 of my favorites. But the cavemen's still rocking it out.
The cavemen always crack me up, especially like the ones where they happen to notice a billboard or something with the cavemen. They
Or
crack
they're on a date.
Yeah.
So
I don't like the Randy Johnson one. The
snowball fight.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, you just grazed me. He put a hole through his bubble goose.
Yeah, some of them.
It wasn't violent
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, you want
There's the one was Ed too tall, Jones too tall.
That was like the first one though. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It pretty much started off that line of.
I think
I didn't like
Geico's
the-
running out. I mean, they've got so many. They've got the Geico, the
They've got
Gecko,
the gecko. They've got the caveman.
the old man
Yeah.
kind of with the Gecko. They've got these new ones, kind of stretching it
I
out.
miss Sonic commercials lately.
Do you even know anybody that has Geico?
I don't.
I don't know anybody.
I actually tried Geico and like called for an estimate, and it was like $400 or $500 more.
I heard it was very expensive.
So, all right. Well, let's stop knocking Geico around. Anybody? You got any questions over there, Grant?
Nope.
No questions.
Nope.
Oh gosh. What do we do?
We can go to new releases.
All right. Well, there you go. Let's go
Oh,
to
somebody
new
just
releases.
asked me.
See, I knew there was a question.
How
out
is
there.
New Vegas in contrast to Fallout 3? Since I'm the only one that played it, you're playing the same game, which is awesome.
Amanda wanted to know that too.
Yeah, I've played about 2 hours in, and I love Fallout 3. Like
We all
between
love Fallout.
GTA 4 and Fallout 3, those are probably the 2 games I would say are my favorite games of all time. And I've probably spent the most on them. Fallout 3, it got to the point where I just started in a grid, went all the way up, went down each grid every way. And New Vegas, it's more of the same. I mean, it's the exact same thing. Gameplay that's got iron sights, so it makes shooting a little better. You don't have to go into VATS all the time.
Do you still use VATS a lot?
Yeah, you'll still use VATS, but so at the beginning, like you only get 3 things in VATS. So you'll have like I was doing a thing last night. I had 5 geckos to kill. So I got 3 with VATS, and then when the other ones are coming, it wasn't just like I got to get the reticle there. You could pull the iron sights up, and that made it a lot easier. It seems like what they kind of tweaked a lot of the things that were problematic with Fallout 3 for New Vegas, and I had to make myself go to bed last night.
Some people are saying, well, it's just like, it's still called Fallout 3. It's like a huge expansion.
No, it's not. It's Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, I thought it was called Fallout 3.
That's because Amanda just asked that. She said Fallout 3, and I said it's New Vegas, and she said whatever, they're the same. But no, they are. It's actually 2 different. It's not under Fallout 3. It's Fallout New Vegas.
Have you played where they've mentioned anything that happened in 3?
No, not yet. I mainly... At the beginning, you have like 3 missions you can try, and I mainly was just going around checking those 3 out and just kind of roaming the town. They were like, don't go to the schoolhouse, it's abandoned. So that's, of course, one of the first places I went.
All right, I've got one more question real quick from Amanda again. She wants to know about Paranormal Activity 2 and our takes on it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'll start off real quick because I just watched Jackass 3D Monday, and I did indeed watch the full preview for it on there, the trailer. Seriously, almost had to either shut my eyes or get up and walk out. I was I was already freaked out, and it's just a trailer. That's how bad I hate scary, and that's how bad it freaked me out. The dog and the child, like you said, we talked about in the previous podcast, freaked.
I want to see it bad. It looked awesome.
Out.
The baby that goes whoosh up against the crib.
Yep.
Well, that and the dog that's like
scratching at that door.
Yeah, dead asleep, and then it wakes up and is barking like in the next frame. Like the stuff like that in the trailer. Like that.
I'm wondering if it's going to be connected to the girl in.
Well, she shows up in in some of the trailer stuff they've leaked on the web.
Yeah.
Like she'll show up for like a frame, or there's one. The creepiest one is where the dog is standing up barking, and then the dog is gone, and it's her standing there, and it flashes off. So I don't know what that's going to have going on.
I had a pretty cool question over here.
All right,
Cindy
bring it,
says she just got her license and wants to know what our first vehicles were.
Oh, God.
I drove my mom's Oldsmobile Escalade. It was a 91 or 92.
I think me and my brother, we shared a car, and I didn't get it when I went to college, but it was either a 94 or Matt, help me out. It's a 94 or 98 Corolla and 4-door, which I absolutely loved. And I just can't remember which year it was, but that little car went until my brother cracked the manifold on it. He did some dumb stuff. He threw a bottle. You remember, Snapple bottles, how they're glass and heavy. He, at one point, was just throwing it out the window to be a litter bug, and he forgot his window was up, and he just shattered a window out of this car. Like I said, cracked the manifold, trying to jump it over things. So my brother destroyed that car after it was all said and done, but I love that little 90, I want to say 98, but it could have been a 94 Corolla. But
that's what Amanda had. She had a Corolla, and we drove it forever. I mean, literally till it wouldn't run anymore.
I know somebody had a Corolla for like 13 or 14 years, almost 300,000 miles.
Y'all with these 90s car. I went 81 Chevy Silverado truck. Big block engine. Oh, big, huge truck.
That's awesome, man.
It
I never would have guessed.
Even, it
was a 95
Oh,
Toyota
okay.
Corolla. Thank you, Matt.
I even put, the Chevy signs that you put in your back windshield of trucks.
Oh,
put that on there.
You were that guy.
It was awesome.
I could, because you remember when we first met Bailey, what he was driving?
No.
It was red.
A red Camaro.
A red Camaro.
Yeah.
He used to wear his jean jacket. And,
I didn't wear no jean jacket.
Get out with his
Yeah,
Ray-Bans on.
Yeah.
No, that was a Grandpa.
The Camaro was pretty awesome.
Yeah, you love that Camaro.
But the truck was great. It had some power. It was fun.
Definitely good times. 95.
Yeah.
So that was the Echo. I was jumping a hill. My brother destroyed his Echo jumping a hill. Never mind, not her Corolla. He did screw up the Corolla too, though. Don't let him lie to you. So that was our first cars. Good questions.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the questions. All right, well, that should about do it for the questions. G-Baby, you want to hit us up on some new releases, and we'll get into that for a minute before we get out of here for the night?
Not a lot coming out on DVD this week. One of our favorite movies, I say sarcastically, Predators, making its appearance on
DVD.
Yep. And then a couple of older movies, Apocalypse Now, out on Blu-ray, and the 50th anniversary edition of Psycho.
Apocalypse Now, and it's like, okay, Apocalypse Now, maybe, I mean, it's up there with Space Odyssey 2001 for me, or 2001 Space Odyssey for me, on how long and how boring it can actually be. I don't know that I need to have visual effects of them driving through the jungle and Lawrence Fishburne, isn't it Fishburne?
Yeah.
On the boat. I don't know that I need Apocalypse Now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ride of the Valkyries and them coming over that.
Love the
that
smell of napalm in the morning.
It smells like.
Also, we'll kind of give you a peek at next week on DVD. Sex and the City 2 comes out, and then Man vs. Food, one of my favorites.
I love that show.
Seasons 1 and 2 of that's coming out on DVD, so you can see Adam gorge himself. The Elf Ultimate Edition DVD and Blu-ray. You get a stocking. You get a bunch of stuff with it. Just
Elf is one of my favorites.
One of the best Christmas movies lately.
Yeah,
and of all time, honestly.
One of my favorite part of Elf. What one of your favorite parts?
I like it when he designs the whole store and he's got the light brights.
Yeah, that's good.
I like it.
Guess what? Speaking of light brights, guess what, Liz? Happy birthday once again, Liz. I know it's today. Happy birthday to you, sweetheart. Guess what she got for her birthday?
A light bright.
A light bright. Her sister got her a light bright, so we are going to rock it out.
Also, my favorite is the Artie Lang when he's saying that you sit on a throne of lies and all that stuff. That part where.
My favorite part is when he burps for 5 minutes and he's like, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah. So
what about we got Miss Williams. We got Marilyn Williams. I'll correct myself.
The smell of
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. That is great.
So that's coming out, and then the Back to the Future movies are coming out on Blu-ray. 25th anniversary.
I wear a vest Marty McFly.
Marty McFly is the ball.
To work, so
coming out in theaters, we already talked about Paranormal Activity 2. That hits Friday. And then Hereafter, the new Clint Eastwood movie with Matt Damon.
It's getting really good reviews.
Yeah, getting good reviews. I didn't know a lot about it. It's kind of the more I learn about it, the more interested I am. Basically, Matt Damon is a psychic or kind of can communicate with the dead, and kind of weird stuff starts happening.
Clint Eastwood made it, so.
Clint Eastwood hasn't done anything wrong in the last 30 years now.
And then next Friday, you're looking at only one movie coming out, and that's Saw 3D, and they keep saying this is the final Saw.
Yeah, right.
So who knows?
We'll get into those.
If everybody quit watching them, then
the video games this week, Fallout New Vegas, we already talked about. Go get it. It's awesome. And then EA Sports MMA, which is getting good reviews right now. I'm anxious to play that.
Does
one
anybody
as well.
have UFC, the second UFC yet?
I already played it. Sold it on eBay.
Yeah,
you guys keep selling them back. You guys got to.
And also, I'll mention
it was exactly the same.
Okay, but I never played the first one.
We don't talk about CDs a lot on here. Taylor Swift's new CD comes out. I can't remember if it's this week or next week.
When we went to Nashville, I drove you right past her high school and her hometown, and
Courtney,
right through there. So
Courtney and Aaron and Shayna will appreciate
about
that.
CDs. How about that?
What's that? Yeah, well, let's not. We talk about podcasts and things on digital.
Yeah. So let's also. I just want to say, live. A couple of weeks till we're back in here live. November 2nd is Election Day. Don't care who you go out and vote for. If you see my car, you can tell who I want you to vote for. But go out and vote. Like I said, doesn't matter for who, but take part in the process.
Matt Damon.
So go out and vote. And also, if you're a Berea City resident and Berea City Council, if you sneak around our website, you can probably find somebody you should vote for too.
If I lived in Berea, I know who I'd be voting for. His name's Chad Hembry. Chad Hembry, yes sir. I would be voting for him if I lived in Berea, not Richmond. Because I love him and he's a great man. I was trying
to not have political affiliations.
But guys, any shout outs you want to give out real quick? I got to give one more shout out. Matt, my brother, happy birthday to you on the 24th. Really proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Let's just say, hey, volleyball team, way to beat Central. Good job. Proud of that.
There we go. Any shout outs?
Shout out to my brother Matthew. Cosby lover.
You're Matthew and my Matthew.
And Missy. We'll make it all M's.
Oh, nice. The M&M. Guys, that is episode 10 of Never Press Pause. Remember, hit us up on our website, neverpresspause.com. Guys, follow us. Get on, watch us live. Check us out on our Facebooks. Follow us at Twitter at Never Press Pause, and also at our website, neverpresspause at yahoo.com. Bailey is now apologizing, and we'll recant in our recording next episode. That will do it for episodes 10, guys and fans. Never Press Pause.